Now, the next thing we're going to make, and this is a real simple thing, is a dry cured bacon or a country bacon, dry cured bacon. Country cured's a little bit different story, so we'll go with a dry cured bacon. I'm going to show you the old way of doing it. The way we do it, they're hand rubbed. If you happen to have a tumbler, you can apply the cure with your tumbler. And if you do tumble bellies, to just get them coated with the cure, I would tumble them no more than 30 minutes and try to pull 25 pounds of vacuum on it. And just 30 minutes to get them coated good, and then go ahead with your process. Now, guys, before we get this going, and we're going to explain in depth about this a little more, first thing we're going to do is get a raw product. So we want a good quality bacon, a good meaty quality bacon, good fat lean mix, and we don't want, be careful. If you kill your own hogs, if you have any PSE bellies or PSE hogs, we want to kick that out. We don't want to cure those. So first thing we got to do is trim this belly, and we're going to look at a few things. Any fat, leaf lard that's left in, these guys done a pretty good job with this belly. If you have a snowball, we call this a snowball. So if there's some leaf lard left in here, you can go ahead and pull it out at this point. We're going to square this belly up. This is the flank side, this is the blade side of this belly, okay? Turn it over again and take a look. We're going to square it up for curing. And you really want to pay attention. If you have a seedy belly, seedy bellies, what that is a gilt, or a sour gilt that has been lactating. And there'll be little black spots in here. They're very simple to see. We need to get those out, cut those out at all. So let's go ahead and square him up. We're not going to take a lot off this guy, but we are going to square him up to get it for curing. And then, of course, all these trimmings, you've got home form with other products, okay? Well, to come down here, take off part of this here, okay? Look pretty good. Get him squared up as most as we can. And of course, now a lot of guys, there's some guys, I was talking to Matthew a while ago, he doesn't trim his bellies until after they're cured and smoked, okay? Because then he's adding this back to other products, The main thing is, folks, we want to get as much value out of these products as we can. Again, this is very, very simple process. It's a very old process. And if you're just getting going, you're just getting started, don't have a lot of capital for equipment yet, and this and that, this is a very good product to make. Personally, I prefer a dry cured bacon over a pump belly. That's just my personal taste, okay? And it makes a very good product. We're gonna apply the cure, and this is my personal cure here, and I'm gonna share that with y'all. Y'all see it, they'll have a list of the cure, the ingredients. Before we get going doing this, guys, this is basically a 9-day process, okay? Now, do not deviate from these instructions that we're gonna go with today. Please, don't deviate. If you do, you're gonna end up with a salty bacon, okay? And if we pull this out good, it'll come out perfect. I have used this for many, many, many years curing bellies, and I've always had great success with it, and glad to share it with you. The first day, day one, we're day one here, so I like to take some of my dry cure and put it on my work surface, okay? I always go, and it's strictly up to you, it doesn't matter, but I personally like to go from the top or the meat side, rather it's the fat side, okay? So we're just gonna, again, dry rub our bellies. Now guys, make sure if we've got any crevices, the ends, okay, it's critical. All points of this belly, if you don't, you're gonna have some uncured spots, okay? We need a little bit more here. A little bit here, okay? That's the front side. Now you don't have to rub it in. In fact, I'm gonna shake on this side the excess off. Then we're gonna come here. We're gonna do the same thing on the fat side, okay? You see this? We had some crevices here. So we wanna make sure all areas of this bacon is covered, okay? Then I'll shake off the excess. Now, when we put them in your curing tanks, or your curing vessel, or your lugs, or whatever you want to put them in, I like to put them fat side down, and we go up on a stack. We're going to go fat, meat to meat, fat to fat. This is the way we're going to stack them. Personally, I don't like to stack these bellies no more than 10 high. So if you're doing 100 bellies, you're going to have to make room. That's me. I don't like to go over 10 high on my bellies. We're going to cure these bellies for 6 days, 6 total days. During this time of dry curing in 6 days, and again, I may be overdoing this, but I've always done it this way. I overhaul these bellies 3 times. And what overhaul means, that's an old term, an old butcher's term you don't hear much used anymore. But what that means is the top goes to the bottom. In other words, we're gonna flip these bellies 3 times, the whole stack. We're just gonna flip them. And the reason we're doing that is for cure equalization. In other words, that this whole muscle is gonna cure, the whole stack of these bellies will cure together. And it'll be an even cure. So, after 6 days, we've cured them 6 days, we've overhauled them 3 times. Time to pull the bellies. Then we wash them, and then we soak them. Again, guys, do not use a water hose. I catch a lot of guys doing this. Do not use a water hose to spray these bellies off before you soak them, because a water hose will push that cure more into that muscle, and you're not going to get it soaked out. You're going to end up with a salty bacon. That's just the process of it. This is a very simple task. You can, once you kind of get your system down, it don't take long to cure 100 bellies and get them stacked and everything together. Again, if you're going to use a tumbler, throw your bellies in your tumbler, put your go ahead and put your dry cure in there, turn it on at a 25 to 30 pound vacuum, tumbled no more than 30 minutes. But you still have to go the 6 days cure time. Now, some guys are going to say, well, now, Dan, I'm not going to go for this. I don't. Well, if you want to do it that way, pull them, you go right ahead. But this is the way I'm teaching here. This is the way I do it. And you will always have a fully cured, thoroughly cured bacon before we go to the smokehouse with it. And there'll be no uncured spots. So that's pretty much it for that. We've got the other belly in the smokehouse right now, cooking with the andouille. And this afternoon, when these get done, we'll pull them out and we'll do a final review. Okay, guys, it's been the 6th day. We're in the morning of the 6th day of curing this belly. And y'all remember on the video, 6 days of cure. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna wash the excess cure off, and then we're gonna soak this belly for 1 hour. And we need to time it on your phone or whatever you're gonna do, but make sure it does not exceed an hour and make sure it doesn't go under an hour. And like I said at the first of this video, please do not deviate from these instructions. If you deviate, there's no quick way of doing this. There's no fast way. Follow your instructions and your bacon won't be salty. But this is going to prevent this bacon from being salty. So what we'll do, we'll take this out and we're going to wash the excess cure off this. Now guys, do not use a water hose doing this. I've seen many processors say, well, I can take a water hose and spray all this off. Well, what you're going to do with a hose, you're going to force this cure, extra cure back in the muscle, in the intercostal muscle and different muscles in this belly. So we don't want that to happen. We are going to drain this and we're going to get rid of this water, and then we're going to fill this back up with water to soak this belly. I like to use tepid water. I like my water to be about 85 degrees, 80 to 85. Some processors use cold water. It really depends. I don't think there's much difference between if it would be cold water or warm water. But I have always had luck using tepid water, and that's what we're going to do with this guy right here. Okay? So I can go ahead and put him in. Don't let your water touch your bacon. Just put it on the side as you're filling it. And we're going to want to put, I like to put about 4 to 6 inches of water over the product. As soon as the water comes over this belly, let's start our timer for 1 hour. 1 hour on this. Guys, if you like a little saltier bacon, play with it. Play with it. If you want to go 15 minutes, if you want to go an hour, it's just in your region, in your areas, everybody's different. Always remember, a country cured bacon, a dry cured bacon tends to be just a tad saltier. We're looking for a classic bacon to be just a little tad saltier than a pump belly. Okay? So our belly's covered right now, completely submerged. So we're gonna let it soak an hour, then we'll come back and we'll show the next step. Now we're gonna put the bacon comb in and we're gonna hang it for 24 hours in the cooler to dry. Wet meat will not take a smoke. That's just a fact, it won't do it. So we went this far with this. We're in our 7th day right now. We wanna do things right. So we wanna make sure this belly is thoroughly dry before. So we're gonna hang it all night. Certain way you do this, it's kind of a shorter, stubby belly. We wanna hang from the flank side. This is the flank side. This is the blade side. The blade side, the flank side. The flank side will be here on the pig and the flank. The reason we want to, when we put this in the smokehouse and during heat thermal processing, this belly's gonna stretch, it's bacon. It's gonna stretch, okay? And there's a certain way, and I see processors all the time hang bellies the wrong way. Now this is the way I was taught, and the man that taught me was very good. We don't just take our comb. This is a comb called a bacon comb. This is a 10-prong comb, okay? If you notice, when you buy bacon combs, spend the extra $2 and get the safety handle on this. So when you're unloading your smokehouse, you grab this. When you're pulling your bacon comb out of the finished product, you don't have to grab this end and just pull. You can pull from this end and you won't bend your tines. These are called tines. So here's the way we want. Now we just don't stick it in here. We want to take our ends and push them, kind of scrunch it up. Now here's the way I do it. I come from the end and I come up this way. Okay? Now, I turn it over. Watch your fingers. You don't want to run one of these through your fingers. And push your tines all the way through. Everybody's got their own style of doing this. I know there's going to be some people say, oh, he's hanging them from the wrong side. Well, this is the way we hang, okay? I guess I could have squared up a little bit more. In fact, I think I will. I think I'll come back and come up a little bit more where it'll be evened up and where your bacon. The end result is, if these bacons are not hung right, you're going to lose yield. Your end product is going to wing out. You'll have a winged out bacon here on the top, winged out on the bottom. So trimming is critical to get all your center cut slices correctly, okay? This is what we're looking for right there. This is what we're looking for. So we'll hang this in the cooler overnight, and then we'll put it in the smokehouse tomorrow, and we'll be done with it. The next thing we're going to evaluate is our dry cured bacon. It come out of the smokehouse. We got a good bloom on it. It's a very good color. I like this color. Very pleased with it. If you notice, we don't have winged a little bit here. The wing ends, what we talked about, not as much. We hung it correctly, and so this is what we're looking for. Now, guys, when you remove your comb, these combs are expensive, so tell your folks to ease it off. If you take this and pull it off like that, what's going to happen? These two will get bent, won't they? And I think every processor has that problem. We're going to start here on the flank end, and we're going to cut. Look at that internal color. Again, this will be much, much more pronounced in the morning. We just did not have time to get a good chill on this. What was this? I think this is 74 degrees. So, we need much more of a chill than that. Internal color looks good. External color looks great. Our fat, lean mass, pretty good belly. This particular belly, I would not send in for competition. I do like the fat, lean mass in it. The lean and fat. The thickness of the bacon is acceptable, what have you. But I would just prefer maybe a little longer bacon. It was cut a little short, and
the uniformity isn't quite there.
Uniform. I could have done a little bit better job in trimming if we were doing for a competition bacon.
You go ahead and don't just put all your eggs in one basket and work on one slab of bacon or one ham. You gotta, because you don't know what's going to happen in that house, and what's going to happen after the house. So there's all kinds of issues pop up. You always want to do a full house of one product or full batch, so you've got plenty to choose from. One thing, if you do get into the competitions, you got to get the easy points first. Your easy points are the visual and the outside, the color. Those are your easy points.
Trimming.
Then it comes down to flavor and those are the hard ones because judges vary and a lot of things vary. So get your easy points first, the things that you can control, and then whatever happens, happens.